Right, hello and welcome to another episode of Sportswise. It's my first episode and I am Fred Banana. That's my anonymous username. But anyway, this week I reported on Wales versus Ireland. Wales versus Ireland was a great match. Great match. Unexpected scoreline. Guess it. I'm not going to leave you any time. It was 26-3. Okay? It was 26-3, which was very unexpected. Very unexpected. But I love it, because they were brilliant. Okay, so, I'm going to skip straight on to, basically, the scorers. The scorers, right? So, there was Sexton slotted over 4 penalties. And I think he missed one. He missed one anyway. But 3 or 4. He slotted over 3. I'm not sure on that one. I'll have it for you. I'll post it. Okay. So Henry scored a try. Henry scored a try. It was a great try. But Sexton scored the conversion for that. And another score for Ireland was little Paddy Jackson. Paddy Jackson is, well, he's not that little, do you know, but he's small enough for rugby. But he's very, very young. And he came on and he looked a bit, I wouldn't say frightened, no, but a little bit startled at the size of the Welsh players. And he threw away the ball fairly fast when he got it the first time. But he was in the exact right position behind the driving maul on the right of it. And he could see the space and he went in and he scored the try. But what was strange, and it was horrible, some lad came across and caught him with the knee, or the elbow across the head, and it looked very, very sore. But he got the conversion for that. Paddy Jackson, who came on for Sexton. And the only scorer for Wales was Halfpenny, and he scored a penalty. And if we had given away penalties, Halfpenny would have slaughtered them all over. Because he's just an amazing player. You can't let him take penalties. You just can't. Okay, so I'll move on now to my favourite players from the game. My favourite players, and not in any particular order: Sexton, O'Mahony, O'Connell, O'Driscoll and Heaslip. And starting with Sexton. Sexton is a great player. With the amount of money he's getting paid over there in Racing Metro, even though he's not playing well. Well, he's not playing that well, up to his potential. But he certainly is for Ireland, and that's all I care about. But I'd love if he played for Connacht, wouldn't you just? Jeez. But so Sexton, and he seems to be doing like there was a game that people were saying he won single-handedly for Metro, but sure. Wouldn't you lie? I'd say he'd love to win a Heineken Cup as much as I would, but sadly I don't play rugby. O'Mahony now won man the match, and O'Mahony was a class player. Class player. Around the line out, the driving maul, everywhere. He's just so strong. Such a strong player. And he's young. He's only 24, coming 25 this year. So he could be an O'Connell. Could be. An O'Connell for the future. But sure, he's playing just as well now. But, of course, O'Connell's got the history. O'Connell is next on my list. And he played so well, for the time he was on. He came off then second half, because he had a chest infection. And do you know, I wouldn't go out there. Wouldn't go out there playing with a chest infection. What's going on here with the computer? But I wouldn't go out playing with a chest infection now. Sure you wouldn't. But next, O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll, a lot of hype about when Warren Gatland dropped him from the Lions squad. But he came back fighting. He just threw everything away. Didn't he kept himself clean from it, you know. He didn't. Jeez, what's going on? What's going on? I leave on the Ireland versus Wales header. But yeah, so Driscoll put all that behind him, went on the pitch. But after about 20 minutes, took a fierce knock. And everyone in the stadium thought Brian O'Driscoll is going to be gone. Not going to play again. But O'Driscoll got up. And he said, look, I'm only winded, I'll be grand. And the lad who tackled him had to go off. And jeez, that's why he's called the Warrior, lads. But next player for me was Heaslip. And I'm not the biggest fan of Heaslip, but I played very well. Very, very well. Now, jeez, sure. Do you know, I'd put him in any team on that performance. And I know why he was captain now for that time. But, and another player for me was Rob Kearney. He's just a leader. He's the, I'd say he'd be the world's greatest role model. 'Cause he's just brilliant. And you'd know he played the Gaelic football with the kicking. Jeez. He could kick way. I'd say he could kick a mile farther than Sexton. But sure, I'd love to do the competition, but of course can't. But right, and the controversial player of the game for me was Heaslip. No, sorry, not Heaslip. Jeez, you go on. Phillips. Phillips was my controversial player, and reason being, he was, as Niall Horan said, he was like a baby throwing all the toys out the pram. Jeez, but he's a good player. I like Phillips ever since the Lions tour. But yeah, yeah, he's a very good player. But now, and then coming away from the rugby match, coming away from Ireland versus Wales, right? I'll just a minute. My soccer picks for the weekend. My soccer picks for the weekend. My soccer picks for the weekend were Man City, Crystal Palace, and Everton, all to win. And Everton and Man City let me down. And I know Everton weren't the favourites, but I really, really expected them to win, and that was a bit annoying. But Man City should have won. They should have won. They definitely should have won. But fair play to Crystal Palace. What Tony Pulis has done with that club is amazing. It's really is amazing. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to leave you on. Tony Pulis. Never mind Jose Mourinho. Tony Pulis, the special one. Right, good luck.